Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into an absolute masterclass in grassroots educational support. We're looking at PARTHA Ghosh's Madhyamik Pariksha, or MP for short, assistance camp. This whole initiative was built from the ground up to support candidates facing down some seriously high-stress exams, and honestly, it's a textbook example of how community-driven camp initiatives can function with just incredible effectiveness. We're going to act as visual detectives today, breaking down the exact setup of this project to decode its success. Okay, let's dive into this. So here's the big question. How can a community effectively support students through high-stakes exams? Educators, parents, local leaders, they ask this all the time. High-stakes exams can be incredibly isolating, right? Super stressful for the students. But what happens when an entire community just decides, hey, we're going to shoulder this burden together? How do you take that well-meaning idea and turn it into a highly functional, packed out, and genuinely impactful reality? Well, as we're about to see, it takes a lot more than just unlocking a school door and inviting kids inside. It takes a proven blueprint. To make this happen, PARTHA Ghosh established 3 foundational pillars for these MP camps: academic guidance, counseling, and examination preparedness. Now, I know these sound great on paper, but the real magic, it's all in the execution. How do you actually deliver these 3 things to dozens or even hundreds of students all at once? Well, over the next few moments, we're going to look closely at the on-the-ground evidence to see exactly how these 3 goals are brought to life. Section 1. Smart outreach and logistics. Now, what's really interesting about the setup right outside the venue is the banner. You can see the clear scheduling right there: date, time, venue at Dukuri High School, and the clear branding by the Jupakuri Science Club. But look right in the middle. There is a massive, highly visible WhatsApp QR code. They aren't just telling students to show up. They're literally inviting them to scan, join a dedicated WhatsApp group, and get instant access to digital assistance. It's this brilliant fusion of traditional community outreach, a big banner on a building, with immediate frictionless digital integration. The big takeaway here is that modern tools really drive grassroots logistics. Successful community outreach today actively leverages accessible technology. Word of mouth is great, sure, but a QR code linking to a direct communication channel, that means students have instant access to updates, schedule changes, and really a sense of community before the camp even officially kicks off. It shows the organizers respect the students' time and communicate in a medium they already use every single day. Section 2. Designing an effective environment. Okay, so once the outreach works, what actually happens the moment students arrive? Stepping into the school courtyard before a student even sets foot in a classroom, the physical environment is already speaking to them. Look at those small placards staked into the ground along the path. One clearly says, "Maintain silence," and right nearby, another says, "Welcome students." This immediately establishes a very specific vibe. It's welcoming, it's supportive, but it's also highly disciplined. The organizers are setting behavioral expectations and actively managing the mental headspace of these attendees from the very first step they take onto the grounds. And this hits the nail on the head regarding what PARTHA Ghosh meant by examination preparedness. We're establishing the proper mental headspace and physical environment for focused academic performance. It's not just about cramming facts and formulas. True preparedness means getting your mind right. By designing a physical space that commands respect and focus while simultaneously offering a warm welcome, the organizers are literally priming these students for peak academic performance before they even take their seats. Moving on to Section 3. Delivering guidance at scale. So we have the students and we have the right environment. Now, stepping inside the classroom, the sheer scale of this initiative becomes crystal clear. And this brilliantly illustrates what we're talking about. Row after row of long wooden benches, just totally filled. Literally every single seat is occupied. The students are sitting attentively facing the front where the instructors are set up at the blackboard under the ceiling fans and lights. This proves the high attendance and, honestly, more importantly, the immense community trust in this camp. You just don't get a room this packed unless the students absolutely know they're receiving high-quality, valuable support. Zooming in on the delivery, the focus is just incredible. The students, bundled up in their winter gear, have their eyes fixed straight ahead, notebooks out. There is absolutely no distraction here. They are dialed in. Now, juxtapose that intense concentration with the instructor standing actively at the blackboard, chalk in hand, delivering the lesson. The traditional chalk and talk method is being executed flawlessly here. It creates this direct, unbroken line of communication and academic guidance between the teacher and a massive group of candidates. This right here, this is how you deliver effective guidance at scale. Finally, Section 4, the blueprint for success. So, the crucial point is really what's happening at the front of the classroom. It's not just a solo act up there.
We're looking at a team of 5 dedicated organizers and instructors standing together, united in front of the students. A camp of this magnitude, providing rigorous academic guidance, targeted counseling, and that environmental preparedness we talked about, it just cannot rest on one person's shoulders. It takes a whole coalition of dedicated individuals bringing their specific skills to the table. This perfectly represents the human engine required to drive a successful community camp.
If we break down PARTHA GHOSH's initiative, the blueprint for a highly functional camp initiative is super clear. Step 1. Tech-enabled outreach. Use tools like QR codes and WhatsApp to build instant, frictionless connections. Step 2. Structured environments. Use your physical space to mentally prime students with both discipline and warmth. And Step 3. Team-based, scalable delivery. Rely on a unified group of instructors to actually manage and engage large crowds effectively. It's a completely replicatable model, and it clearly works wonders. We've seen the evidence, we've decoded the strategy together, and we've seen the powerful impact it has on an entire room full of students. The architecture of a successful examination assistance camp is right here, laid out in front of us. The only question left is, how will you take these lessons and implement this blueprint in your own community? Thanks for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.